Okay, so if you close your eyes, right, and picture, like, the perfect American TV host,
Uh-huh.
the one who's always got a quick line, seems genuinely kind, but can also handle, I don't know, total chaos live on air.
Yeah, like dancing disasters or yeah, exploding appliances on those clip shows.
Exactly. Chances are you're probably picturing Thomas Raymond Bergeron. Tom Bergeron.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And this is a guy who, it wasn't just one big show. He was the face of multiple huge shows for, like, decades.
Yeah, and across totally different genres, too. You've got game shows, clip shows.
Right, and then that massive reality competition juggernaut.
It's an incredible range, honestly. And that's really what we want to dig into for you, the listener, in this deep dive.
Yeah, we want to understand how he did it, this deliberate journey he took.
Exactly. We're tracing it all the way from his start as a local DJ up in Massachusetts,
Right.
all the way to being this, super decorated national host. We're connecting those local roots, some, frankly, amazing early stories.
Oh, yeah, that Stooges story is wild.
Right. And linking it to this specific practice, he actually credits for keeping him sane and, well, quick on his feet.
So we've pulled together a whole biographical sketch, really looked at the sources on his career. And the big question we're asking is, how?
Yeah. How does one person, one personality, successfully jump between formats that are so different? Talk shows, game shows, those clip shows, reality competitions.
And not just jump, but master them and stick around for so long.
That's the key, the longevity. It's not just getting the job. It's, like you said, mastering maybe 5 different kinds of jobs over 40 years. Incredible.
It really is. A career that starts way back early 80s, local stuff, and he's still relevant today, still part of pop culture. So I think to really get it, we absolutely have to start at the beginning, those foundations in local broadcasting.
Totally agree. You have to understand the training ground.
Okay, so let's go back. Haverhill, Massachusetts, that's where he was born, May 6, 1955.
Right. And the sources mention his background, French-Canadian and Irish heritage. Gives him that, maybe that New England kind of sensibility.
Yeah.
Fast-paced.
Maybe, yeah. But what really jumps out, the thing that kind of foreshadows everything, is this story from when he was just 17.
Oh, this is gold. It shows incredible initiative, right?
Absolutely. It's like a mini masterclass in just doing it.
He interviewed Larry Fine and Mo Howard, the Three Stooges.
That's 17.
And this wasn't some school project where the teacher set it up. The sources say he basically just, tracked Larry Fine down.
Yeah, he contacted the nursing home where Fine was living, just cold called them.
Think about that hustle.
Yeah.
A teenager going after this iconic comedy act. Forget college essays. He's chasing down legends.
It shows that ambition, right? That comfort with just reaching out with the unscripted moment, talking to these guys whose careers span, what, decades?
Exactly. That confidence, that willingness to just try it, that's the stuff that pays off down the line when you're doing live TV, and anything can happen.
And it seems like it paid off pretty quickly back then, too. Led right into his first broadcasting job.
Yep, pretty much immediately after. And it was the classic starting point. Radio. Disc jockey at WHAV, the local station there in Haverhill.
The proving ground.
Totally. You got to learn to command attention with just your voice.
And he didn't stay just local for long. He moved up.
He did. Moved over to WHEB in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. This was early 80s. And that's where, according to the sources, he really started to build that persona we recognize.
Okay. How so?
He got popular by mixing things up. Not just music, but comedy records, and importantly, these kind of offbeat interviews. He was learning to play with different formats, keep it funny, keep it engaging.
So embracing the unexpected even back then. Learning to roll with it.
Exactly. Mixing the music, the laughs, the real, if maybe slightly weird conversations. Radio forces you to be on constantly, right? No visuals to rely on.
A skill he definitely transferred to TV later.
Absolutely. And that success in New Hampshire radio, that's what led to the really big jump. February 1982, he lands at WBZ-TV in Boston. Major market.
Okay, now this period at WBZ, this is crucial. Because it wasn't just one job, was it? The workload sounds intense.
Intense is an understatement. It was staggering. This is where he really forged that adaptability, that ability to juggle completely different things simultaneously.
He was like a Swiss Army knife for the station.
Pretty much. A multi-platform utility player.
Okay.
Before anyone used that term.
Yeah.
So, okay, check this out. 1982 to 87, he's a contributor on Evening Magazine.
Okay, so feature segments, more in-depth stuff.
Right. Longer form. At the same time, from 83 to 87, he's hosting For Today.
And For Today, explain that, because the pacing sounds nuts.
It was. These were super short segments, like informational bits, previewing shows. They aired every 30 minutes during the day.
Every 30 minutes.
Yeah. Think about that discipline. You got to switch gears constantly, deliver something energetic, professional, maybe only 60 seconds long, then boom, back to whatever else you were doing, like prepping for evening magazine.
That's like broadcast boot camp for timing and hitting your mark instantly.
Totally. Absolute mastery of just connecting fast. But wait, there's more.
Of course there is.
In 1984, he adds Lottery Live, hosting the nightly Massachusetts state lottery drawings.
Okay, now that's high pressure in a different way. Live, money on the line, zero room for error.
Exactly. Legal implications, everything has to be perfect.
Wow.
He's the anchor for that nightly tension. He did that until August '87 when the drawings moved stations.
Okay, so magazine features, rapid-fire updates, high-stakes lottery drawings. Surely that's it for one guy.
Not even close.
Yeah.
January '87, he takes over. People are talking.
The afternoon talk show, big local show. Right?
Huge. Replaced Buzz Luttrell. Now he's doing long-form interviews again, managing a live studio audience, daily talk format. Total shift from, reading lottery numbers.
And the sources say he got even more popular doing this.
Yeah, he clearly connected with the audience in that format, too. Proved he could handle the deeper conversations.
This is exhausting, just listing it all.
And we're still not done. He was also the original host for a weekend show, Wraparound.
What was that?
Teenage discussion series. He did that from '87 to '89.
Okay, stop. Let's just recap. At one point, simultaneously, he's doing features, minute-long updates every half hour, lottery drawings, a daily hour-long talk show, and a weekend teen panel.
Yep. That's the mix.
No wonder he seems so calm handling chaos later on. He lived it, daily.
That's exactly the foundation. He just got used to juggling everything to constant pressure.
So what happened after People Are Talking ended? It had a long run, right?
13 years, yeah. Ended in June '93. But he didn't disappear from WBZ. He shifted roles, became a commentator, did lifestyle reporting for the noon news.
Still visible, still connected.
Right. And even balanced that with a bit of radio again, a morning gig on WMJX, Magic 106.7, early '94.
Wow. He was truly a Boston media fixture before breaking out nationally.
Absolutely. A local institution.
Okay, so we have this picture. Incredibly busy, highly skilled, handling immense pressure, especially live TV pressure. But how did he manage it? Like mentally? That leads us to the aha moment, right? The Zen master part.
Exactly. This is the crucial piece, the thing he points to himself. Transcendental meditation, TM.
Right. He credits TM for a lot of his success.
Yeah.
And his sanity.
A huge amount. He's been practicing for over 35 years, he says, which means...
He must have started right around that insane Boston period, or maybe just after.
That seems likely, yeah. And it's not like a secret he keeps guarded. He talks about it openly. He's discussed it on podcasts like 10% Happier with Dan Harris.
Right, and the Fifth Dimension podcast, too, I think.
Yeah, he directly links the practice to handling his career.
And his autobiography title basically spells it out, doesn't it?
It really does. I'm hosting as fast as I can. That's the pace, the pressure.
Zen and the art of staying sane in Hollywood, it's right there.
It connects the dots explicitly. The practice isn't just, a sideline. It's integral to how he approached the job.
It makes sense. If you're hosting something like Dancing with the Stars live and someone falls, or there's a tech glitch, or a judge says something wild, you need to react instantly, but stay calm.
Exactly. TM fosters that sense of being present, but not getting swept away by the chaos. It lets him stay quick, stay focused, not look flustered. Huge asset.
You can almost see that calm carrying through from those early high-pressure gigs like the lottery drawing.
Totally. That need to be centered when the stakes are real, even financially real, like with the lottery.
Yeah.
That's not just nice to have, it's essential.
And that internal grounding, that practice, probably made the transition to the national stage feel maybe not easy, but manageable.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
Which leads us right into that next phase, section 2, going national.
Okay, so the mid-90s, he's already got this incredible local resume, this internal practice. Now he makes the leap.
Yeah, starting in 1994. His first big national gig was on cable, FX. Remember Breakfast Time?
Vaguely. It was kind of quirky, right? Different from standard morning shows.
Very quirky. Ran 94 to 97. It was a good way to introduce his personality nationally, but maybe outside the really intense glare of the big networks. It actually did well enough that it moved to the Fox network later, became Fox After Breakfast.
Ah, okay. So a stepping stone. And then he did land on a major network morning show.
He did. Brief stint, but important. 1997 to 98, he was an anchor on ABC's Good Morning America.
GMA. Okay, so that establishes him firmly in the network world. Shows he can handle the serious news side, too.
Right. proves his range beyond just quirky talk or local features.
Yeah.
But the role that really, really put him on the map nationally, that gave him that title. That was next.
Game shows.
Game shows. Specifically, Hollywood Squares.
And Revival, yeah. That was huge. He hosted that from 98 to 2004.
That's right. And get this number, the sources list, 1,047 episodes he hosted.
Over 1,000 episodes. Wow. 6 years of that daily grind.
Daily grind, yeah. And think about that format. You're managing 9 celebrities, usually comedians or big personalities.
Trying to keep them funny but on track.
Exactly. Plus, running the actual game, interacting with the contestants. It's a lot to juggle live to tape. Totally different from news anchoring or even a one-on-one talk show.
9 potential sources of chaos.
Pretty much. And he mastered it so quickly that he got major recognition almost immediately.
An Emmy.
The Daytime Emmy, yeah. Outstanding Game Show Host won it in 2000.
Okay, let's pause on that win. Because a Daytime Emmy for game show host, that puts you in legendary company, right?
Absolutely. We're talking Bob Barker, Alex Trebek, Regis Philbin territory, icons of that daily syndicated world.
And didn't he share that win?
He did, actually. The sources note he shared the 2000 award with Bob Barker himself.
Wow. So just 2 years into hosting Hollywood Squares, he's sharing an Emmy with the guy from Price is Right. That's a statement.
Huge validation. It showed he wasn't just a flash in the pan. He could handle the relentless rhythm of daily syndication and excel at it. That's what builds those long careers.
But here's where his path gets kind of weird and wonderful. While he's ruling the daytime game show world, he's also doing other stuff. Unexpected stuff.
Yeah, this is the part that always makes me do a double take. His sci-fi work.
Right. While hosting Hollywood Squares, he pops up on Star Trek Enterprise.
Not just pops up. Multiple episodes between 2002 and 2005.
Okay, but was it like a wink-wink cameo, like, hey, it's Tom Bergeron on the bridge, or actual acting?
No, actual acting.
Yeah.
Full-on character roles. The sources are specific. He played a Corridon ambassador
Okay.
and an alien trader named Damar. Required prosthetics, the whole deal.
Get out. So he's buried under makeup, doing dramatic scenes on a starship, while also being the funny guy asking celebrities trivia questions 5 days a week.
Exactly. It's this amazing, slightly bizarre demonstration of versatility. He wasn't just playing himself. He was willing to completely disappear into a role way outside his usual lane. Shows he could really commit to anything.
That's why. And he did other cameos too, right? More in the comedy zone.
Yeah, like an appearance on The Nanny back in '98. So he's comfortable doing the quick comedic big too.
That range, handling the high comedy, the game show pressure, even the serious sci-fi acting, it really sets the stage for what came next, which arguably became his biggest phase.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which takes us into Section 3, the reality era. Basically, the early 2000s up to 2020. This is where he becomes Mr. Sunday Night, pretty much.
Right, anchoring these massive, long-running ABC franchises, often at the same time.
Yep. First up, America's Funniest Home Videos, AFE.
A TV institution. He took over in 2001.
February 2001, yeah. Replaced the previous host. And this wasn't just a side gig. This is a cornerstone of ABC's family-friendly programming.
And he stayed for a long time.
14 years. Posted 289 episodes, wrapping up in May 2015 after season 25. And critically, he wasn't just the host reading jokes off a card.
No.
He was credited as a producer on AFE.
Okay. That's important. For a clip show, the host-producer really shapes the whole tone, right? The timing, the style of humor.
Exactly. He was a key creative force behind what AFE became during his tenure. He owned that warm, slightly sarcastic, but always good-natured reaction to chaos.
And his departure, how did that happen? Was it sudden?
Actually, no. It was handled very publicly and professionally. He announced it himself on Twitter back in March 2014, saying season 25 would be his last. Give everyone plenty of notice.
Classy. And he was replaced by Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yep, who had, maybe ironically, just won season 19 of the other huge show Bergeron was hosting simultaneously.
Which brings us to the big one, Dancing with the Stars, DWTS.
The defining role, you could argue, started June 2005. Became the absolute centerpiece of his career for, 15 years?
An eternity in TV time.
And talk about needing that Zen master approach. DWTS is live, high stakes, emotional.
Yeah, you're interviewing celebs right after they've poured their hearts out and maybe gotten ripped by the judges.
Right. You're managing the judges' comments, keeping the whole massive production moving on time, dealing with technical issues, wardrobe malfunctions.
All while being warm and empathetic. It's a masterclass in live TV hosting.
Totally. The source material lists 443 episodes he hosted. Just staggering.
And this is where he really started getting the Primetime Emmy attention, right? Not just daytime.
Exactly. 9 Primetime Emmy nominations for Outstanding Host for a reality or competition program. Just being nominated that many times shows incredible consistency at the highest level.
And he won it once.
Yep. Took home the Primetime Emmy in 2012.
So let's just recap that again. A daytime Emmy for a game show.
Hollywood Squares, yeah.
And a primetime Emmy for a reality competition.
DWTS.
Mastering both those worlds, daily syndicated comedy, and massive live weekly reality. That's incredibly rare. Speaks volumes about his versatility.
Absolutely. And there's a cool piece of Emmy history related to this, too. Remember back in 2008, the 60th Primetime Emmys?
Vaguely.
Well, Tom Bergeron co-hosted the ceremony, but not alone. He shared the stage with Heidi Klum, Jeff Probst, Ryan Seacrest, and Howie Mandel.
Wow, that's like the Mount Rushmore of mid-2000s reality TV hosts. Why that group?
Because they were the 5 nominees for the very first award given in that specific category. Outstanding host for a reality or competition program.
Ah, so he was literally there at the creation, recognized as one of the defining hosts, right when the Academy decided this was a distinct skill worth awarding.
Exactly. A real historical marker for the genre and for him.
But despite all that success, all that recognition, the end of his DWTS run?
It wasn't smooth, was it?
No, not at all. It was pretty jarring, actually. Especially for someone who had been the face of the show for so long.
What happened?
The sources say that on July 13th, 2020, he announced on Twitter that he wouldn't be back. And his wording was specific. He said he'd been let go.
Oof. So not his choice. A network decision.
Seems that way. Ahead of season 29. It was a shock, really. After 15 years being such a core part of the show's identity, to be let go like that, it felt abrupt.
Yeah, that's tough. End of an era, kind of unceremoniously.
Definitely. But, true to form, he didn't just disappear or complain endlessly. He pivoted.
Right, into something completely different and honestly kind of brilliant. The Masked Singer.
Yes. 2020, right after the DWTS news, he competes as Taco.
It was such a fun, smart move. Instead of being the ringmaster, he becomes one of the performers, completely hidden.
Showed a great sense of humor about himself and a willingness to play in this new reality landscape.
Totally. It was vulnerable, funny. He didn't win, got eliminated in the Group B championships, but just doing it was a statement. Like, I'm still here, still playing.
And he did other hosting gigs during that peak DWTS AFV era, too, didn't he? Outside of those main two.
Yeah, showcasing that adaptability again. He had that show, Supper Club, with Tom Bergeron, back in 2008, only 13 episodes, kind of a talk dining hybrid.
Okay.
And he repeatedly got tapped for one of the biggest, most visible live hosting jobs there is, a Capitol Fourth.
Ah, the big 4th of July concert from D.C.
Exactly. Massive live event, huge audience, lots of moving parts. He hosted it 4 times. 2012, 13, 14, and then again in 2016.
That takes serious poise. Dealing with musicians, dignitaries, timing everything around fireworks.
It really connects back to that early training, doesn't it? If you can handle the chaos of live lottery drawings and multiple Boston TV shows at once,
then managing a patriotic concert on the National Mall is maybe just a different kind of chaos.
pretty much, scaling up the chaos management.
Which brings us to thinking about the person behind the host persona. Section 4, the personal side, and just the sheer variety of roles he took on.
Right. And you can't talk about his professional stability without mentioning his personal stability, which seems remarkable for Hollywood.
It really does. Married to Lois since 1982.
Over 40 years.
Yeah, and they have 2 daughters. That kind of consistency in his personal life runs right alongside that long-term commitment to TM we talked about.
And it feels linked, doesn't it? Like that personal grounding allowed him to handle the professional whirlwind. His autobiography really hammers this theme.
Zen and the art of staying sane.
Exactly. It wasn't just a relaxation technique for him. The sources suggest it was a core part of the mental and emotional resilience needed to do those high-pressure jobs so well for so long.
It's the how. How he stayed present, witty, calm, even when things went sideways on live TV.
Right. And then you look at all the other things he did, the cameos, the acting roles. It paints a picture of someone just willing to try anything, play in any sandbox.
Totally. He popped up as herself a lot, like on The Muppets in 2015, which adds instant credibility, you know?
Yeah. But he also did voice work, like on Phineas and Ferb.
Right. And Sesame Street. He played a character named Johnny Gotcha.
Which shows that commitment to family entertainment reaching across generations.
Ooh, not just comedy. We mentioned Star Trek, but he did other dramatic stuff too.
Yep. Played a character, Bobby Mann, on the crime show Castle in 2010, And he had actual film roles, too.
Oh, yeah.
Rock Slide in 2009, and a film called Candy Jar in 2018, playing a principal. So definitely willing to step outside the host persona and just be an actor.
What I find really interesting, though, is how he stayed connected to game shows even after Hollywood Squares.
Yo, yeah. How so?
Well, in 2017, years later, he showed up as a panelist on shows like The $100,000 Pyramid, and To Tell the Truth.
Ah, that's cool. So coming full circle, not just hosting, but playing the game as a celebrity guest shows a real love for the format, doesn't it?
Yeah, respect for the genre that gave him his first big national break and that first Emmy.
Absolutely. He stays engaged with it.
And speaking of staying engaged, even after leaving DWTS, he's still leveraging that connection, right? There's that upcoming project
Oh,
mentioned.
yeah, this is great. Dancing with Sharks?
For Shark Week 2025.
It's perfect, isn't it? Total self-referential pop culture genius. The title alone tells you everything.
It shows that even years after leaving DWTS, his association is so strong, and he's smart enough to lean into it for something as big as Shark Week. Great branding.
Built on decades of audience goodwill.
So when you pull it all together, the awards really underscore the achievement, don't they? It's not just the longevity, it's the critical acclaim across different formats.
Definitely. You've got the Primetime Emmy for reality host in 2012.
The Daytime Emmy for game show host in 2000.
And then the Critics' Choice Awards, too. Best reality show host in 2012, shared with Kat Deely.
And won it again solo in 2013.
Right. So peer recognition from the Television Academy and recognition from critics, that combination across game shows and reality really cements his place as one of the greats. Versatile, decorated, enduring.
So, okay, let's try to synthesize this whole journey. The Tom Bergeron story. It's more complex than just nice guy who hosted dance show.
Much more. The main takeaway seems to be that this wasn't luck or overnight success. It was a long, slow, deliberate build.
Rooted in that incredibly intense local TV experience in Boston, that multitasking nightmare was actually the best training imaginable.
Totally. It forged that adaptability, that grace under pressure, which then allowed him to conquer national TV across completely different genres: comedy, game shows, reality.
And the essential insight here, maybe for you, the listener too, is that kind of long-term success, it seems to come from that willingness to learn and master different things. He wasn't just a radio guy or a talk show guy or a game show guy.
He was all of them. He mastered the pacing, the wit, the connection needed for each specific format. That dedication is key.
And underpinning it all, that secret sauce seems to be that combination of personal stability.
Married since '82, yeah.
And that consistent practice, the transcendental meditation, that internal anchor.
It allowed him to bring that emotional stability to the job, to react with poise in the middle of live TV chaos instead of panic. That seems to be the recurring theme from the sources in his own words.
Finding Zen in Hollywood, as his book title says.
We've definitely seen how he navigated that high-stress world for decades, leaning on that practice.
Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe something for you to chew on. We see the media landscape today, right? It's faster, more pressure, instant criticism online.
Oh, yeah. The spotlight is intense and unforgiving.
So, does someone like Bergeron, with his longevity, his ability to handle decades of pressure, partly through finding that internal zen, does his career suggest that maybe that kind of groundedness isn't just a nice to have anymore?
You mean it's becoming essential?
Yeah. Is finding that calm amidst the storm, that internal stability, becoming a non-negotiable tool if you want to survive, let alone thrive, in the modern media spotlight, or maybe even in any high-pressure career today?
That's a really interesting question. Is Zen no longer a luxury, but a professional necessity for long-term success?
Something to think about next time things feel chaotic, right? How do you find your anchor?